Well guys, it is definitely daffodil season. Everything came up this week. Look at how pretty. This whole hill. I keep showing my daffodils, but they get better and better with each week. And let me take you up here and show you what's going on up here. Everything is waking up. All my little pots. I have some parsley here. Starting to look very nice with the warmer weather. So all of these pots are parsley here. And then my pansies look just gorgeous. I have some there. And some over here. Look at these. Beautiful. And then I have some onions growing here. I just put some onion bottoms in and a couple onions that were sprouting from the refrigerator drawer. And I wanted to show you what I'm doing with some of my bins. I'm doing a green manure treatment, and these are lentils, and they came up so nicely. I can't believe how nice they look. There's some lettuce also interspersed in there, but look how well that came out, guys. And I have a little tree nursery back here. These are some red maples. Japanese red maples in the back. But everything is really starting to pop up. And here's some Vinca minor, sometimes known as periwinkle. And this goes all the way across down my hill. It's a ground cover, but they're beautiful blue blooms. Very easy, it takes care of itself. Just so much fun to come out and see what's blooming with a few warm days. I wanted to show you my new acquisition too. There was an estate sale in the neighborhood and I got this gorgeous bench. So excited about it. And this is painted the color green apple. I think it's a Rust-Oleum. I got it at Home Depot. But it is a beautiful bright green, and it really was in quite good shape, but it had a couple of rusty spots right down on the bench, and I decided I wasn't going to be able to match it, so I went ahead and sanded it and gave it a good spray with apple green. Maybe it's called green apple. Isn't that pretty, guys? I'm so happy to have a bench here, and it's right in front of my rustic garden bed. It's pretty amazing how much growth can happen after a couple of days of rain. Everything has doubled or tripled in size in the rustic garden bed. And I'm not sure what that red sprout is. It could possibly be a peony. I hope you can see that since I'm pointing it out. But look, guys, look how big everything is. Those are my black hollyhocks. Coming back from last year. I started them from seed, and I popped in my primrose that I got this just a few weeks ago. I did pop that out. I've got mums coming up, but it's going to be beautiful, and I haven't even really planted much new. A lot of perennial things are coming up, and tulips. It's coming along. Another thing I've been working on is getting some irrigation back here. And this tube goes all the way back to my back fence where I'll set up a hose. And then this end, I just need a connector, goes all the way up the fence and across the house over to my hose bib. So this is the end of me carrying lots of buckets of water. And hopefully it's going to work once I get it all set up, but I just wanted to show you I've got that project in the works. So hopefully in a week or two it's going to be all finished. Here's a couple more of my plastic totes, and they also have the green manure, which is just some lentils planted in. They're from the grocery store, and it just adds in a little bit of organic matter. So I'll just sort of stir that up. I'll let it get a little bigger, create some biomass, and it's going to help the soil be nice and fertile for whatever I plant in there afterwards, which I think is going to be zucchini. This one's doing amazingly well, so I'm not sure what the difference is. This one does get afternoon shade, and I did set it up at a different time, so maybe the soil just holds more moisture for the seedlings, but it's the same thing. Some lentils. I've got some teeny tiny white egg turnips sprouting up in here. Just little tiny sprouts. So I'm thrilled to see those. And in the one next to it, I've got some beet seedlings coming up. And I've also planted peas. These are a lot smaller. They're hard to see, but I'm always so excited to see little seedlings. As you guys know, I think I showed before, I already added some tubs all the way around. I have 3 behind the bench, 3 across the fence there, 1 large one behind my U, 2 tubs there, and this is the one I added this week. And I just put it right behind my raised bed to give me a little extra planting space. And that's a 30-gallon tub. So I'm really excited to have some easy areas to tuck in some vegetable plants. It's a lot easier than digging and preparing the ground. All of the sedums are coming up. These that I planted in the pot really love it there. So happy I moved those out of the triangle garden. They look nice and fresh. I'm trying something new this year, and that is to pre-plant my elephant ears, the bulbs, and the canna lily bulbs. So I've put them in the polytunnel in pots of soil, and this way I can cover them and keep them from squirrels. Sometimes bulbs get eaten in my yard. So I thought I'd try growing them in here. And I'll let you know if I see any signs of life. And in these 3 pots, I've placed some turmeric from the grocery store. And I've started a little cut seed mixture here, cut flower. And a lot of the little seedlings have come up, so I'll be bricking those out into their own pots if they grow bigger and look strong enough. So I'm excited about that. And I've got some goji berries growing here. And I started this a while back, probably a couple months ago inside, but now they're out here where they can be protected in the polytunnel. And guys, I think these are going to be the only survivors for my geraniums. I do have some cuttings down here and they looked a bit green, so I'm hoping that some of those sprout. But it looked like I had 2 white geraniums make it out of the 4, and then about 6 geraniums back there, but they're looking pretty horrible, and I'll keep you posted. I think maybe I waited too long this year, because last year I had great luck, but it was only about 3.5 months, and this time it was closer to 5 months that I kept them inside. So we'll see. This is not the pretty part of the tour. And I found this beautiful fireplace screen at a charity shop, and I thought this would be a beautiful accent on top of a tote, and it would serve the purpose of discouraging animals from digging in it. I have a lot of chipmunks and squirrels, and they love to dig in the dirt, and I find the best way to discourage that is just to sit something on top. So I think this is the perfect decorative element. And it was black already, but I touched it up, had a bit of rust on it. And being in the garden, I won't mind if it gets rusty again, but for now, I've been spray painting a lot of my finds, my metal objects black. It's been a busy week of spray painting, and I'll show you another few items I've spray painted black for the garden. Here's a set of tables that was quite rusty, and I just gave it a good sand and spray paint, and they look good as new. I love them. I don't even know where you'd find something like this anymore, but I love this kind of old wrought iron look. And it's so easy just to freshen up with some black spray paint. Has really nice details, and this stacks, and there were actually 2 other tables. I have the big one over here. I'm gonna put some plants that don't mind some shade over there. And then over here I can put a pot of flowers right in front of my topiaries. All have been spray painted black. And I popped an 18-gallon tote back there. I figured that would be good for some of the shade-loving vegetables. Maybe the kales would last longer back there. I'll have to see what I plant, but I added in another container. Just something easy to throw some veggies in. Right behind the triangle garden. And look at my daffodils. I forgot I even planted them here. I'm really loving them. I bought this coleus in the fall, and I've been treating it as a house plant inside, and I just bring it in and out during the nicer weather this spring. I don't leave it out full time yet. It's not quite warm enough, but it's enjoying getting a little fresh air. So guys, thanks for tuning in for a little spring update here, and I hope you're having fun in your gardens.